What is up, guys? This is going to be the second half of my Mistweaver guide for Legion Beta. It's going to be tips and tricks in the arena just to kind of make Mistweaver as good as it is right now. I'm running a double melee cleave, which I found really strong when I've been testing out Mistweaver and Legion Beta. You're really mobile and you can play really offensive. So double melee cleave I think is going to be the way to go as Mistweaver and Legion once it gets released. As you can tell, we're going against a KFC, which is really bursty, so you want to run a short bubble here. Warriors and Hunters are doing crazy burst damage right now, so you want to run short bubble. Right off the gates, you want to go ahead and lay down your port just in case they do decide to open on you, you're ready. So I'm going to lay down my port here. I'm going to set my Jade Serpent statue up just to be prepared to when they start bursting. I'm going to put Renewing Mist on a target that I think, or on a teammate that I think is going to take the damage. My teammates are automatically going on their healer, so I'm just trying to get the Hunter here out of the game so we can play as offensive as possible. How weak Holy Priest are right now, we could maybe just kill him in the opener. As you can tell, I'm just trying to line the Hunter's CC, try to play as offensive as possible. As you can tell, we already get Spear the Redeemer out of the way, which is a huge cooldown for Holy Priest. After this, we should be able to just land the kill. So I'm going to go ahead and burn through my cooldowns here, because he's already gone through a huge cooldown of his, and it keeps my team really offensive. As you can tell, we already land the kill right out of Spear of the Redeemer. So the idea is, you against playing as a double melee comp, you want to keep your team as offensive as possible when you're playing Mistweaver. In this next game, you'll see we're running against a dot comp, so you want to run long bubble here and counteract magic just to give you that extra Renewing Mist heal. It's going to help great against Shadow Priests, which are really strong right now. So I'm just trying to keep Renewing Mist on all of my teammates as much as possible. So once again, we're just trying to play as offensive as possible. We do end up forcing Link here, which is a huge cooldown, and Ascendance has already been popped. So once again, I'm just trying to keep my team as offensive as possible, throwing out CC on any class that can heal or peel both my melees. Right now I try to end up getting the killing blow. The Shadow Priest does get the life swap, which is another huge cooldown. Right now we're just burning through cooldowns. They haven't forced any cooldowns from us, so we're in a really good spot. We're just playing super offensive, super Mongo on them. Right there, I just choose the Revival to wipe out all dots from teammates, just to once again to keep us as offensive as possible. When you're playing as double melee and a Mistweaver, the games are so short and the pace of the game is so fast right now that I'm just trying to keep my teammates with as much pressure on the healer at all times. Right now I come over for a leg sweep on the Boomkin just because I think we're going to land the kill, so there could be no extra peels on my teammates. Keeping enveloping up on one of my teammates as much as possible. Pretty much every time it comes off cooldown, I'm hitting on one of my teammates just to keep them with a constant uptime on this Resto Shaman. Right now I even try to, which I don't recommend doing, I almost pay for it right there. I try to start adding damage with my teammates and I end up almost dying, but I have my port set up. And that game ends up being a wrap, and it was a pretty easy win. Didn't force bubble, just kept our team offensive with Tiger's Left going off cooldown, constantly using on any of my teammates that are asking for it in chat. Keeping Renewing Mist on all my targets so their spread pressure can't really take advantage, and their rot really can't take into play once we're training their Resto Shaman as much as we were. In this game, we're versing a Shadow Priest Demon Hunter. As much as you could go counteract magic here just for Shadow Priest dots, the amount of burst that comes out of a Demon Hunter right now, I end up going short bubble just in case they decide to train me. I'm going to go ahead and route the gate once again, set up my port and set up my Jade Serpent statue. Put a Renewing Mist on my rogue because I think he's going to end up taking the damage here. I roll in, play really offensive, kind of want to come in and set my port up on their side of the map, which I do end up getting down. I get feared because of it, but I do have my port down, which will help me retreat if I need to. Put a Renewing Mist on my rogue because he's taking the blunt force of the damage right now. A leg sweep the Shadow Priest just so he avoids Shadow Word deaths. Maybe I'll get a trinket out of it. I end up popping Aura Mastery just to top off my team, so when he comes out, I can't get silenced, that Shadow Priest. They end up coming, try to switch on me here. I do roll away. I know my port is on the other side of this pillar, so I try to keep as close to it as possible while keeping my teammates as offensive as possible. We do end up forcing a void shift there. So my rogue ends up focusing the Shadow Priest. So we have really good spread pressure going here while the healer is still getting damaged. So I end up playing close to my port as much as possible this whole game. So the Demon Hunter can't make a swap, and they cannot make a swap on me. And we end up landing the kill on the Shadow Priest there. In this next game, we're versing a double melee cleave, which is really scary right now in any comp right now. So I end up running short bubble again. I set my port up as quick as possible because I know that rogue wants to open on me. I end up porting, maybe to try to pour his opener, thinking he was going to go on me. He ends up going on the rogue, one of my rogue teammates. I get a blind. I do trinket blind just so they can't get the uptime on me, maybe to force bubble. And blind's a long cooldown right now, so I go ahead and trinket it. Keep enveloping up and renewing mist on both targets. They're spreading damage right now. So I'm just trying to keep my team balanced as much as possible, going offensive on their healer. I do give one of my rogues Tiger's Lust instead of me, which could be a risky play if they do decide to swap on me. I was just trying to force bubble like we do here as quick as possible, so I'm up on cooldowns compared to their healer. I'm just trying to, once again, as Mistweaver, keep my team as offensive as possible, especially playing a double melee cleave. You want to try to get cooldowns forced before they force cooldowns at the pace of Legion right now. I go ahead and leg sweep their rogue so we can stop peels. Their healer is starting to get a little desperate. Doesn't have bubble. Forbearance, he's still on forbearance. He does pop wings, which allows their team to go way more offensive here, so I'm going to trade it with a bubble of my own to keep my team offensive and to counteract his wings and their burst. So right now I'm just trying to keep my team balanced, trying to stay close to my port so they can't swap to me. I do have my ports not set up in the best of spots right now, but I'm just trying to keep my team offensive. I'm going to go ahead and reset at this pillar. Just in case they decide to swap to me, I need to make sure to have my port in a good position at all times during the whole game, because this team can swap and kill me at any point during the game. Right now my team is still definitely has the lead here. We forced a bop. He has no more cooldowns outside of wings. And we end up swapping to the DK here while he has bop. I end up paralysing their healer just so we can get more damage on their DK to make the swap. We end up splitting here and end up landing the kill on the Holy Pally and the DK at the same time. So that paralysis really helped here. Here we are versing a Demonology Windwalker team, so I set my port in the entrance of the map just so when I do port that I'll be line of sight from that Demonology Warlock. So once again, you want to keep your team as offensive as possible, throwing Renewing Mist. I go ahead and paralysis that Hex, which ends up being a really bad idea because I get a full fear here. I don't have paralysis to stop it, which lets them have the opener on our team and lets me fall really far behind. So I go ahead and revival here, and it does not help my team at all. So I'm going ahead and pop Aura Mastery just so I can maybe save bubble here. Popping it, they're bursting. I'm just trying to counteract their burst. I do end up having to Trink a Fist of Fury stun. I don't want Touch of Death to connect to my DK, which is really bad. They go right through my bubble. I have no defensives here, so we're in a lot of trouble. So once again, I just want to try to land the kill on their healer. I come in with a DR leg sweep, and it ends up actually paying off when we do get the kill. So yeah, guys, basically just the playstyle of Monk right now, I think it's going to be best with a double melee cleave. So pretty much what you want to do is just keep your team as offensive as possible. Use Enveloping Mist pretty much off cooldown to keep your team balanced. Don't be afraid to use your big cooldowns like Life Cocoon or Revival, because at the pace of the way Legion is right now, games are over within the first 2 minutes. You're almost always going to have to bubble their burst. So just try to keep your team as offensive as possible without getting yourself in a vulnerable position. Always have your port set up so if you do get swapped on, that you'll be able to port back and get yourself topped without trading any major cooldowns. And that's going to be the end of this Mistweaver, guys. Just a short little video on some tips and tricks in Arena. to kind of keep up with the pace of Legion right now. Everything's really fast paced. Someone doesn't even feel like, wow, how fast the games are usually. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments section below. I'll try to answer them as best as possible about any Mistweaver questions or any other class questions. You can go ahead and ask them, and if I know it, I'll go ahead and try to answer it. Thanks for watching, guys.